right. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Deala T, and this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me, family. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat, get you something to drink, get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, fam. Crooked Trump Maxwell then made some type of deal. Let's get into this here.
So Ghislaine Maxwell had already made a deal with the Trump DOJ to get what's called use immunity, also referred to as proffer immunity. And she was given this immunity deal before the meeting between the Trump DOJ and Ghislaine Maxwell and Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney. This means any of the statements that she made in connection with this meeting, she can't be prosecuted for unless there's some independent evidence outside of these statements that she made. So if she admits to things, if she provides,
you already know what it is. Nene Love Savvy TV in the building. We hitting that like button. We subscribe and we
can't be prosecuted for this deal.
Lori in the building. I see.
Referred to as being a king for the day or a queen for a day, because you get to talk and they can't prosecute you.
Hold on, man. Let's get right. You know you in here with Deala T. You know it's No Filters. Hit that like button, subscribe, fam. We about to cook. Trump and Maxwell working on the low. They done gave this lady immunity for a day just to talk to her. Oh, let me say that again for the people in the back that think it ain't crooked out here. They done gave this girl immunity just to talk to her. And they done came up with some crooked-ish. Let's go. Get your food, get your drink.
So Ghislaine Maxwell has already made a deal with the Trump DOJ to get what's called use immunity, also referred to as proffer immunity. And she was given this immunity deal before the meeting between the Trump DOJ and Ghislaine Maxwell and Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney. This means any of the statements that she made in connection with this meeting, she can't be prosecuted for unless there's some independent evidence outside of these statements that she made. So if she admits to things, if she provides additional incriminating information about herself, whatever it is, she can't be prosecuted for it. This deal is often referred to as being a king for the day or a queen for a day, because you get to talk and they can't prosecute you for what you say. So in other words, the Trump regime just gave a convicted sex trafficker queen for a day treatment. The cover-up is even worse than we previously reported, although not worse than we expected. This is what I've been warning you about. Now, there has not been a deal yet for a pardon or a commutation or a retrial.
Hold on, man, let me get that back.
Like that.
We're going to bring that back, because I know I just heard somebody get a pass for a day.
Ghislaine Maxwell has already made a deal with the Trump DOJ to get what's called use immunity, also referred to as proffer immunity.
What is that?
Given this immunity deal before the meeting between the Trump DOJ and Ghislaine Maxwell and Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney. This means any of the statements that she made in connection with this meeting, she can't be prosecuted for unless there's some independent evidence outside of these statements that she made. So if she admits to things, if she provides additional incriminating information about herself, whatever it is, she can't be prosecuted for it. This deal is often referred to as being a king for the day or a queen for a day, because you get to talk and they can't prosecute you for what you say. So in other words, the Trump regime just gave a convicted sex trafficker queen for a day treatment. The cover-up is even worse than we previously reported, although not worse than we expected. This is what I've been warning you about now. There has not been a deal yet for a pardon or a commutation or a retrial or anything like that. But in my opinion, this is the precursor on the road to giving Ghislaine Maxwell a deal. Just take a look at Catherine Falder's reporting right here.
What happens?
Wait a minute, fam. You hear what's going on here? Did you hear what I'm hearing? You with me?
Now could be wiping out your memory.
You just told me they just gave.
She goes, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Hold on. We finna get to that. Did you just hear what I heard? I know you heard what I heard. Hit that like button, subscribe, because you heard what I heard. We about to cook up. She just got a pass, fam, for a day. Like it's nothing. Sex trafficker, pedo. Oh, this just getting out of hand. Grow a garden fan in the building. I see you hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking, boy. You better read and listen closely. Let's go.
Sources told ABC News initiated meetings with the Department of Justice, answered questions for about 9 hours over 2 days after being granted a limited form of immunity, sources tell me and Aaron Katersky. She goes on to say, the so-called proffer immunity is commonly granted to individuals prosecutors are seeking to make cooperators in a criminal case. But Maxwell has already been tried, convicted, and sentenced for sex trafficking many underage girls. So being offered proffer immunity or use immunity after you are convicted, sentenced, and show no remorse for your sex trafficking is not only highly unusual, it essentially never, ever happens. Now, Donald Trump sent his former criminal defense attorney turned number 2 at the Department of Justice, Todd Blanche, to have this meeting, and Blanche gave this immunity on behalf of the Department of Justice to Ghislaine Maxwell over a 2-day period in Tallahassee, Florida, at the Tallahassee Federal Courthouse. That's where these meetings took place. Ghislaine Maxwell was represented by a lawyer named David Oscar Marcus, who happens to be good friends with Todd Blanche. I've also heard from my sources in the...
So let me tell you something about the crooked right here. Listen to me. Hit that like button, subscribe. You about to cook right now. Ain't no way that the attorney that's representing the sex trafficker, Maxwell, is friends with the deputy attorney general. Locked in friends. That's crooked right there off jump. Let me say that again for the people in the back ain't paying attention. The lawyer of the girl that's locked up that been trafficking and grooming little girls for Epstein is friends with the deputy attorney general who just had a meeting with him in the jail cell and gave her immunity, like you could just talk all day, do what you want, say whatever you want, nothing's gonna happen to you. I wonder why. If that ain't, boy, she need to be up out of her. You understand, Lori? Yeah, that's going on right now. Let's keep going.
Florida bar. The Florida lawyers tell me that David Oscar Marcus was actually one of the lawyers Trump considered hiring when Trump was involved in criminal
Chicken 808 in the building. How
him.
you been, fam? Where you be? Hit that like button, subscribe. You supposed to be with us. What
One
it
minute,
is.
MAGA is calling for the death penalty for convicted sex traffickers, and the next minute they're sitting down and making
That's
deals
real. I
with
appreciate
them.
you pulling
Remember
up,
Donald
fam.
Trump's campaign speeches where he would say, we want the death penalty for sex traffickers. Give them the death penalty. Remember when Donald Trump said that? Here, play this clip.
And the death penalty for drug dealers and anyone guilty of child or woman sex trafficking, which they are doing at numbers which are...
Oh, fam. See? You
Well,
see
now
this?
Donald Trump is giving Ghislaine...
No, we're not going to do that. Don't do that. Because that's how they do it. They sit there and be a part of it, but yet you sit there and talk about it as if you're not. And then people are clapping in the crowd as if they not a part of it with his ass. You understand? That's what's going on there, fam. Hit that like button, subscribe, stop playing with me. That's what's going on here. That man just said See, Trump, man, that boy done lied to get in the office. Who ain't lied to get in the office? You get what I'm saying? You lied on the application before. I know you did. Burger King, it don't matter. Subway, McDonald's, don't matter. Walmart. You lied on the app before. But you still got the job. What we talking about? Cash money up in here, you already know what it is. I see you, Maurice, we in the building. Let's bring it back for my people in the back that just pulled up, rolling the blunts, getting their food together, get you something to drink, get comfortable, fam. We not doing that. These nuts, what's up, fam? We in here.
Well, Queen for with Todd Blanche. I've also heard from my sources in the Florida
Kyle in the building. How you be, Eddie? What's up, family?
That David Oscar Marcus was actually one of the lawyers Trump considered hiring when Trump was involved in criminal cases against him. Now, our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, writes the following. 1 minute, MAGA is calling for the death penalty for convicted sex traffickers, and the next minute they're sitting down and making deals with them. Remember Donald Trump's campaign speeches where he would say, we want the death penalty for sex traffickers. Give them the death penalty. Remember when Donald Trump said that? Here, play this.
Look,
clip.
listen.
And the death penalty for drug dealers and anyone guilty of child or woman sex trafficking, which they are doing at numbers which are massive.
Well, now Donald Trump is giving Ghislaine Maxwell Queen for a Day treatment. She's been given use immunity. Trump has given immunity to a sex trafficker over the statements that she's making about what she was involved in. At the same time, Donald Trump gave interviews earlier in the day where he was not ruling out pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. Here's a clip right here where Donald Trump was asked if he would consider pardoning her. And Donald Trump says, I have the power to do it, but I'm not necessarily thinking about it yet, but I could do it if I wanted to. Here, let's play this clip.
Would you consider a pardon or a commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell?
It's something I haven't thought about. It's really something. It's something I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I have not thought about.
But you wouldn't rule it out,
Now, as our editor-in-chief...
Hold up, man. No, we not doing that. Don't act like you ain't just heard it. Because why he over here, why would he even not say nothing if he knew he wouldn't even give it no light of day? Let me tell you something. If you're a regular human and you're a leader and you're a real person that understand what's going on here right now, if you're the president and you know this person been sex trafficking, people been locked up 20 years, you wouldn't even be thinking about considering pardon anything. For them to even ask that question, it would have been like, boy, what you asked me? I would have said, boy, what you just asked me? Have I thought about matter of fact, I'm going to pardon my back. Ask me to pardon her. Pardon my back and pardon your dumb ass and get out of here with this stupid question. Matter of fact, make sure he don't come back. Everybody else welcome, but that stupid mother that just said if I'm going to pardon a sex trafficker raping kids. Kyle, you better stop playing. Pardon who? My back? That when I walk away, y'all better get rid of this stupid mother that just asked me that? That man ain't even said nothing. He's like, I can if I want to. It's really nothing. Don't trip on that. See, that's a part of me feeling like he want to act like it's nothing. But a part of me saying what's going to happen is they going to pardon her. They're going to pardon her. That's why the attorney general and them pulled up just to talk to her, let her know, listen, Dirty, stop talking. We going to get you out. But shut the f up. Sick. And now she gonna be out here walking around. And think about it. She is publicly to the world known as a sex trafficker, pedo, all of that, right? So if she get pardoned and get out, how many people just gonna walk around and see her walking down the street and be like, hey, you just gonna walk down the street and see her at Walgreens and ain't gonna say nothing? She gonna get pardoned and gonna be at Applebee's somewhere with your stupid ass. And you gonna be right over there talking about her and ain't gonna say nothing to her. You should smack out of your... Boy, because it's like that, Kyle, in here for real. I'm about to, you hear me? Because there's people that's gonna do that. She gonna get pardoned and people gonna see it and ain't gonna pay it no mind that she just touched your daughter, your niece. your little cousin, your best friend family. People you grew up with, she did wrong, and now they grown and they miserable. You better shut the... Boy, I'm telling them, I'm gonna get on you. Let's keep it going. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking. Don't do that.
Amount of time and employee hours and money that the DOJ has spent over the last 6 months solely devoted to covering up and propagandizing Trump's involvement.
Respect,
with
Roy.
Jeffrey
I appreciate
Epstein
your family.
is
Already know we
staggering.
in
And
here.
by the way, it seems like we're now about a week away from Donald Trump calling Ghislaine Maxwell a hero, just like he did with the January 6ers who beat up cops while storming the Capitol. So now the MAGA media is trying to make Ghislaine Maxwell out as a hero, as though she is the victim. She's not the victim. She's the sex trafficker. She sex trafficked the victims. She was convicted. She had the opportunity during her trial, if she wanted to give information then or show remorse. She did not. And one of the locations where she found the underage girls was at Mar-a-Lago, like Virginia Giuffre, who was a towel girl, 17 years old. She was homeless. That was her job, towel girl, to which Ghislaine walked over, found Virginia Giuffre, brought her over to Jeffrey Epstein, and Epstein sex trafficked her after she was working at Mar-a-Lago as an underage towel girl. So here we have Greg Kelly from Newsmax saying maybe we got it wrong with Ghislaine. Maybe she's the good guy in this, and maybe the victims are not. What? Here, play this clip.
Let's find out, what is this all about? And she's also been subpoenaed by the Oversight Committee. I think this
Mario,
is
dope blessings, my brother. I
have a feeling
appreciate
that
you
she
hitting
has
that like
been-
button. We subscribing. We cooking, family.
She just might be a victim. She just might be. There was a rush to judgment. There was a lot of chaos there for a while. All right, granted, she hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, and I know that's apparently not good, but she's in jail for how long now? 20 years, a 20-year sentence.
Now let's hear from an actual victim of Jeffrey Epstein, Maria Farmer. Here's what she has to say about Ghislaine Maxwell.
This a real
Let's
victim.
play it.
I've never met a more predatory, terrifying human being in my entire life, and neither had Virginia Giuffre, and neither has Annie, or Anushka, or many girls like Shantae Davies. There's hundreds of us that were preyed upon by Ghislaine Maxwell. She's a very dangerous person, and she threatened my life on many occasions. I've had to move and be in hiding because of this predatory child predator and just victim.
Never sue the other driver.
Wow, fam, you heard
There's
that?
another way to get
And
paid,
that's
a
coming
way
from
bigger
old
check.
girl that was tussy. That was somebody's little cousin. That was somebody fam on her. I'm sure that was one of y'all fam right there. You don't even, that's one of y'all fam right there. Had to deal with that back then. Now she grown and she like, y'all got all that talk, but y'all ain't go through that. Y'all don't know what that was like. She telling it like it is. Let's be real. Let's keep it going. Cause ain't no way, fam.
Having to go to
Predator. So it's like Shantae.
Ghislaine Maxwell, let's play it.
Let's play it.
Never met a more predatory, terrifying human being in my entire life, and neither had Virginia Giuffre, and neither has Annie or Anushka.
All the
or
boy in
many
the
girls
building.
like
What's
Shantae
up,
Davies.
fam?
There's
Where you at?
hundreds of us that were preyed upon by Ghislaine Maxwell.
Alpha Kenny
She's a
one,
very
what's up with you,
dangerous person,
Sandy?
and she threatened my life on many occasions. I've had to move and be in hiding because of this predatory child predator and just victim predator. So it's completely unacceptable for anyone to call her a victim. The woman
Beyond
is not
Watch
a
Your
victim,
program.
she's a
What's up, family?
victimizer.
Now, folks, the granting of this use immunity, this deal for immunity that was made with sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell to become the queen for a day and say whatever she wants without getting criminally prosecuted for it. This idea was floated a few days back by
Zone 7
Alan
in the
Dershowitz,
building. I see you,
Donald
family.
Trump's former lawyer and Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. And Dershowitz got a massage at Epstein's place, although Dershowitz says it happened in his boxer shorts and that he didn't like the massage. But Alan Dershowitz recommended this. Remember, I was telling you you go back to the videos, right? Didn't I tell you this is the exact playbook that was going to happen? And you probably were like, Ben, you're being conspiratorial. They're not going to go there. But I think I've called every specific move that has occurred thus far. And now we just wait for the commutation and the pardon, the next deal. She's already got the immunity. Now we wait for the pardon and the commutation. Here is Alan Dershowitz a few days back. Let's play it.
Just because somebody
Maya Marie in the building, how you be? I appreciate you. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking already.
You mentioned Ghislaine Maxwell. She's still got an appeal I'm tracking at the Supreme Court. But in the meantime, you suggest she should be potentially offered congressional immunity to go and testify. Do you think that would happen? And what kind of information would she have that we haven't seen?
She knows everything. She is the Rosetta Stone. She knows everything. She arranged every single trip with everybody. She knows everything. And if she were just given use immunity, she could be compelled to testify. I'm told that she actually would be willing to testify, and there'd be no reason for her to withhold any information. So I don't see any negative in giving her the kind of use immunity that would compel her to testify.
Again, just to remind you of Alan Dershowitz's background.
You already know what it is, fam. I need to know you in the building. Roll call, drop that FAM and let me know where you're from right now that you've been with your boy Deala T. Here at No Filters, because you know it's real. It's a shame that we still sitting there seeing this thing unfold like the movies. This is exactly what it be. This is exactly how things go. This is the movies. But the movie's going off of reality. Why? Because this is reality being played out like a movie. You see the reverse psychological things you got to go through to know that is this reality or the movies we've seen this type of work in, to not think in our minds that this is really a game being played. Smeezo, what's up, family? All the way Louis, Kentucky, a.k.a. Muhammad Ali in the building. Beyond Watcher program already in here. Shooter McGravin, Bay Area in the building. I appreciate you, fam. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in here, man. Big task at hand to tell that Wags the dog in here. Art of War, my dog, how you be, fam? All the way Ohio State. The Ohio State in the building. I appreciate you, family. It's a shame. And the conversation that we still have to bring awareness just to even know that they are still playing this game. And they're about to let this trafficker out. They're about to let all this unravel. And on top of that, Trump gonna go on about his life and business like nothing happened. You understand that? Crazy work. Whoa, what's going on? Luke all the way says, yay, yay. That's real. Razaki is from Jamaica in the house. Razaki, Jamaica in the house. I appreciate you, family, tapping in with your boy Deala T and No Filters. Lori, Nashville, Tennessee in the building. Go back to Jamaica then. That's what dude just said. Tim O'Neill in the building. Mario Doe, what's up, family? All the way through, my brother. I appreciate you. Smeezo says, speaking facts. Let's keep it going for the people in the back.
Being Trump's lawyer and Epstein's lawyer, here he talks about the massage that he got at Epstein's. Play this clip.
I never saw a young underage woman.
Yet Epstein's former butler swore under oath that Dershowitz was at Epstein's residences at the same time underage girls were there.
Were there young women in another part of the house giving massages when I wasn't around? I have no idea of that.
Don Harris from the Bay, what's up, family? Billy Bowen, what's up with you, my G?
I kept my underwear on during the massage. I don't like massages particularly.
Bob Norman, Local 10 News.
All right, now after the meeting between Ghislaine Maxwell and Donald Trump's former criminal defense attorney, who now represents the Department of Justice and gave Ghislaine Maxwell use immunity, queen for a day treatment, here's how Fox reported it about how, this was a pretty big day for Ghislaine, some breakthrough moments for her, very productive, and she's angling for a pardon. That's how it's being talked about on Fox. Here, let's play this clip.
He's got the latest from Washington for us. So, David, what else did Maxwell's attorney say?
Well, he said a lot. We wish we could be in and hear what was said in the actual meeting. This meeting was a lot shorter than it was yesterday, but this was a two-day event. The highlight, though, it appears that her team wants a pardon. Watch.
Hey, guys, can you believe that Amazon made billions?
What? They trying to get a pardon like they finna let it happen.
Zero in tax.
We're going to take one day at a time. I know that's very cliche, but it's true because things are happening so quickly. We haven't spoken to the president or anybody about a pardon just yet. And listen, the president this morning said he had the power to do so. We hope he exercises that power in the right and just way.
Now, it should also be noted that Donald Trump's DOJ lawyer / former criminal defense lawyer Todd Blanche and Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer David Oscar Marcus, very chummy, close friends. Here they are on each other's podcasts. Here, play this clip right here.
But David, I mean, in all seriousness, to you, I know a lot of people that have worked with you. I know a lot of people who know you very well. I now consider you a friend and someone who I know pretty well. You are by far the best out there, and I'll always say yes to this podcast.
With interest rates expected to drop, you could save a
You
ton on everything
stupid.
you finance. That's great
How the
news, right?
hell?
But here's the thing: to cash
What?
out your savings, you need a higher credit score.
How the hell is the
With
DJ?
Smart Credit on app profile smart.
Don't talk to me right now.
touches exclusively.
Don't do that. Because how the hell do the attorney general is cool with the lawyer that's representing the person they supposed to be accusing and keeping in jail? How y'all friends? Clearly that tell me further that when they pulled up and talked to him and the girl, they put some deals together because they partners. They like, listen, partner, what's up with you? Oh, man, nothing, man. You already know, man. What we doing? Fam, like, listen, man, you already know what we're going to do. Just tell your pot, just tell her be quiet. Stop talking. She putting too much business out there. Trump getting a little mad. We're going to take care of her, but she got to be quiet. That's what he telling his partner. See, they partners, nigga. Listen to me what I just said. They partners. The attorney general and the lawyer for the girl that's locked up, the pedo chick, Maxwell. So you know when he pulled up, it was, listen, man, tell your girl shut up. We going to let her out. But she got to shut up. She got to do things the way we want her to do it. And if she don't, we going to smack her. Or she just going to keep staying in here for all her days until she see God. So you know the crooked is already put in straight. The crooked is already put in play. Eva Robbie in the building. Lori said that's facts. Wild really says conflict of interest. You got to understand why. Because that girl know Trump. Trump know her. She know Trump whole life. She been kicked it with Trump. Been gay Trump little girls. Been around everything bad, wrong, disgusting, and sick. Been around. So he like, hey, if you want to stay around, you better shut it up. If you want to stay around, you better shut up. Or we're going to put you up under the dirt. We're going to put you up under the prison. We're going to put you up under the ground. You understand what I just said? You better shut it up. That's what they just told her. And all of a sudden they told her too. They was like, listen, when we leave this meeting, put in that you want to get a pardon. Once you put in that you want to get a pardon, Trump going to say something like, I ain't think about the pardon. But I can still do it if I want to, but I ain't thought about it. You see how they just throw a little something out there? So you got to understand what they do, family. Listen to me, follow me, hit that like button, subscribe right now. I'm cooking. They plant seeds. They plant a little seed there. They say a little something here. They give us a little this. They plant a little something over there. And they sit back and watch us watereth it. They plant the seed and watch us water it. And we all watch it grow. That is the exact thing they do. They plant the seed. We water that seed down with all of this news, all of this, that, and the other. We water it down. Art of Mind 559 in the building. I appreciate you, family. We water it down, the seeds that they plant. And we all watch it grow right in our face. And that is exactly what has happened here. That man just planted a seed about a pardons. That girl just planted a seed about wanting to get pardoned. What you think gonna happen when we water it down? Clearly they about to pardon her. Give it a day or two. Watch what I tell you. You want to bet? You see the donations in the chat? I appreciate you. Cash App, no filters. You see the super chat. Family is all love, is all real. Let's keep it going, fam.
Reporting as well that the free Ghislaine influencers who are very close in the Trump administration, they've got that VIP treatment and access to Donald Trump. One of them is named Jessica Reed Krause. She was there in February with the Epstein Phase 1 binders when more was supposed to be released, but it wasn't, and we pointed out that she was a free Ghislaine advocate. Well, Jessica Reed Krause says that lots of people at the White House were reaching out to her, really top-level people, to ask her for her advice as the leader of the free Ghislaine movement about what she should do and how to treat Ghislaine and what the White House should do, etc. Now, when Donald Trump landed in Scotland, he was asked what he was hoping that Blanche gets out of Ghislaine Maxwell, and here is what he said. Let's play this.
I have never seen someone between the ages
we
of
about to play the
50
clip.
and 60 with such beautiful hair. It turns out that
Clip.
What are you hoping Todd Blanche interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell? What are you hoping that they get out of that?
I really have really nothing to say about it. She is being talked to by a very smart man, by a very good man, Todd Blanche.
Hold up, dog. Hold up, dog. Hold up, dog. Hold
I
up,
don't
dog. Hold
know
up, dog.
anything about the conversation.
Hit that like button, subscribe right now. We cooking in here. What y'all got going? You in here with your boy Deala T. And this is No Filters. We're not playing with nobody here about nothing. Everybody get cooked. You wrong, you get cooked. You dealing with little kids, you get cooked. You doing anything outside to mess up the community that my kids got to grow up in, you getting cooked. Sizzle, chop, blaze, barbecued, oven baked, air fried, whichever way you want it, microwave. Don't play with me, mother.
I haven't really been following it. A lot of people are asking me about pardons. Obviously, this is no time to be talking about pardons. But a lot of people have asked about pardon. This is just not a time to be talking about pardons. Todd will come back with whatever he's got. You're making a very big thing over something that's not a big thing. You should be talking about, if you're going to talk about that, talk about Clinton, talk about the former president of Harvard, talk about all of his friends, talk about the hedge fund guys that were with him all the time. Don't talk about Trump. What you should be talking about is the fact that we have the greatest 6 months in the history of a presidency, according to a lot of people. And we had an amazing 6 months. And this is sort of an example of it. Now we're meeting with the European Union, we're also meeting with, as you know, the head of UK.
So you heard what he said. He says over there that what he'd like to get out of it is don't talk about Trump, talk about Clinton, talk about Larry Sumner, the former president of Harvard. And so what do they want to get out of Ghislaine? Give her use immunity, which they did. Have her mention all of these other people, then try to distract us by saying, here are all the other people that Epstein was involved in, but then saying it wasn't Trump, all these other people were more important. I mean, that's what they're doing in plain view, right? I mean, isn't it so obvious? And then she'll get a pardon or a commutation or something like that.
JC in a building.
Donald Trump was asked when he landed in Scotland if he was ever briefed about his name being in the Epstein files, and he said no. We know that he's lying. They were. Here, play this clip.
No, I was never briefed. No.
Did you ask what are you hoping Todd Blanche interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell?
One more clip right here of Maria Farmer. She's outraged. She's a victim of Epstein. She's rightfully outraged. She's like, why are you treating Ghislaine Maxwell like the victim? Why are you reaching out to her? Why don't you speak to the victims like me and other victims? Here, play this clip.
And that's a fact. And those same Republicans want to entertain Ghislaine Maxwell, like Tim Burchett wants to entertain her and flash her around and act like we victims should not be heard from. He didn't want to speak to me. He wanted to speak to Ghislaine and give her a voice and an audience. And my little sister is one of her victims, and so am I. So,
and here's the thing: the Department of Justice did reach out.
First of all, think about it, bro. Think about this for a second. What they do to R. Kelly? Didn't they do that? Like that victims like documentary or something on R. Kelly? Let me know, fam, in the comments right now, fam. FAM, my family here. Let me know. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking. What they do to him? Didn't they do some type of something where all the girls was talking about how he did them and pissed on them and all that extracurricular? D says, yeah, right. Evelyn says abuse are important. That's real. Upside down world. Luke said, yeah. I'm trying to figure out what they did to R. Kelly because all the girls came out and had something to say on R. Kelly, right? So I'm trying to think in my mind, why they not doing that on Trump? They got certain girls to come out and talk, and they all grown at this point. Even Cosby. You remember the Cosby situation? That man had 40 grown women come out talking about him. This is the same situation about Epstein and Trump and this Maxwell groomer. Why they not coming together like, hey, girl, They should have hit each other line like, hey girl, did he do what he do? Did he do this to you? Okay, so he did that to you. Okay, so did he do this to you? Okay, so he did that too. And then did he do that too? Oh yeah, we about to kill him. We about to cook him, fry him, burn him right now. They should have all came together right now and said, did they do that? Okay, he did that. Let's come together and make this documentary. You understand me? We're going to make all the tapes. We're going to pay somebody to create Netflix. You understand? Tubi. I don't care. These people were bigger than R. Kelly. These people are bigger than R. Kelly. And they not making no documentaries about this man. See, you got to understand. Ain't no police out here to police Trump. It's the people. That's why he keep addressing us. The people. Because the people is pressing him. And let me tell you some other thing too. They really want to nip this in the bud so bad. But because of people like Deala T and my family heard no filters, we're not doing none of that. He can't get rid of this. This not going nowhere. Why? Because it keeps growing and growing and growing. Why? Because they planted the seed and we watereth it. And it keeps growing and we watching it keep growing. Let's keep going.
To prosecute her, Ghislaine Maxwell showed zero remorse. I have the sentencing memo from the government back from 2022. Ghislaine Maxwell played, this is what the DOJ wrote. Donald Trump fired the lawyer who wrote this, Maureen Comey, the lead sex trafficking prosecutor, got fired while Ghislaine Maxwell is being given queen for a
crazy work.
Ghislaine Maxwell played an instrumental role in the horrific sexual abuse of multiple young teenage girls. As part of a disturbing agreement with Jeffrey Epstein, Maxwell identified, groomed, and abused multiple victims while she enjoyed a life of extraordinary luxury.
Jethro from Nigeria, what's up, family? I appreciate you. Hit that like button, subscribe, we cooking.
With emotional and psychological injuries. The damage can never be undone, but it can be accounted for in crafting a just sentence for Maxwell's crimes. Taken together with defendant's perjury in her civil deposition, her lies to pretrial services, and her blatant lies about her own weight while in the Bureau of Prisons custody, the court can fairly reject many of the defendant's complaints about her conditions of confinement.
Tapping in with St. Louis, fam, let's get right.
Lies when it
hold up. See, this one of them moments where we being aware and we're being informative to family here in the house. You know, when you come in the house, we family. So understand when you're talking, understand what we're talking about. What's your name? Sent we one. Sent one we one. See, it's people like you that ain't even got your right name and you just talking shit. This man or woman or creature asked me why I was mad, fam. Y'all heard me, fam? This man, woman, or creature with the name of Sent Woo One. SINTWO capital O1 asked me, was I mad? Then he said, you mad. I don't fall for things that don't matter. That man or woman or creature said, I'm mad and they don't fall for things that don't matter. You stupid mother. I feel so sorry for you. I really do, fam, because this further let me know that you must ain't got no kids. You must ain't got no future. You must finna die tomorrow or today. Or you probably finna kill yourself. Because that shit you just said out your mouth, you should kill yourself. Talking about what don't matter. If it don't matter to you, then you one of them people that'll pollute the world, the community that your kids or family have to live in and don't care. And then when you sit here and tell me that your leader is out here sex trafficking and raping young kids, you said, what you say? Why am I mad? Don't fall for the things that don't matter. What don't matter about kids being sex trafficked? Now, I just want to know what you think, fam. Let's tap in. Lori, you better tell them something. No, don't do that. What don't matter or what am I falling for when these people are pedophiles dealing with kids? and trafficking kids. What about that should I not? What about that don't matter? That man said that man, woman, or creature said the oldest business in the world is to control people. Who cares about control when we know who's being controlled? We talking about kids. We talking about daughters being sex trafficked. Is you stupid? Fam, get that man up out of here. Man, woman, child, creature, whoever you are, you have no care for nothing in the world. You care about nothing, so nobody's going to care about you. But you better thank God that me, Deala T, and her No Filters, speaking up for everybody in my family to make sure that we are okay with our kids and our family. Because this is what this is here. But when you come in talking like that, fam, thoroughly further lets me know that you can't fix stupid like Lori said. Shout out, fam. Let's go.
To talk about if anything stands out from defendant sentencing submissions, it's her complete failure to address her offense conduct and her utter lack of remorse. I leave you with that. And this is who Trump just made a deal with to give immunity to for other crimes that she talks about now that she's been given queen for a day status, what's called use immunity or proffer immunity. Horrific, horrific, horrific. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks.
That's crazy
Can't
work,
get enough
fam.
Midas? Check out the
There ain't no way about none of that. But the fact that you still in here seeing 2-1, whichever way you want to come up with your name, hit that like button and subscribe, dummy. Because you still here with me. And we're going to make sure you here every day, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. with your boy Deala T here at No Filters. We're going to make you feel different. You're going to understand what's really real out here. Because it's people like you that should be up under the ground. Because you care about nothing. And then especially the future. Because if you got kids, when you say, who wants your kids? You know what's sad? Whoever sex traffickers or any pedos, that's who want my kids. That's who want your kids. That's who want my family kids here. You understand? I don't need hope. See, we're not wishing up on a star. We're not hoping that tomorrow go right. We gonna know what to do today, stupid. It ain't about changing what they do. It's about being aware so we can let the next door neighbor know, then the next door neighbor know, then the next door neighbor know, and for you know it, everybody on your street know. And then for you know it, everybody in your community know. Then everybody in your city, in your county know. Then everybody in your state know. And then for there, if all 50 states doing that, then that means everybody in this country knows. And then outside of that, that means the world knows. So don't ask me how far they can go. They would know because they don't tap in, just like you just said. Why do you care? It's people like you out here for real. It ain't just you. It's people like you out here for real. It ain't just you, fam. You understand? So when you say about people caring, it's a reason why they care.
United States of America, Donald J. Trump, after his White House, just had reports 2 weeks ago that there was no way on earth that they would pardon convicted sex offender with you know who's, them youngins. Oh, yes,
shout out Luke in the building. Matthew, hit that like button, subscribe right now when you done.
Today, after Donald Trump's former
That's right, JC.
criminal lawyer, who now, right, criminal defense lawyer, who now works in his administration, right, after he met with Ghislaine Maxwell for 5 hours yesterday. I want you to think about this.
Shout out Deanna, I appreciate your subscription. Let's keep it going.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is now saying the President of the United States. Let me read the article to you guys. You go to TMZ too. They did articles on this just now and everybody else. On July 25th, 2025, which is today, President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, addressed questions regarding the possibility of pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell, the British socialite convicted in 2021 for her role in facilitating Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking operation. Maxwell is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence after being found guilty of procuring and grooming
bone loss.
Woo!
Now, if you're struggling with bad teeth,
hit that like button, subscribe, we
your
cooking,
number
Frank.
one enemy. Now, Nuvia check.
underage. Girls for Jeffrey Epstein. When asked about the prospect,
Thank you so much, Deanna. I appreciate your
of granting
love.
her clemency, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, this righteous, thank the Lord, blessed by God, sent by God, man, response was characteristically ambiguous, sparking widespread discussion and speculation. During a press interaction, Donald Trump stated, "I haven't thought about it." When questioned about whether he would consider pardoning or commuting Ghislaine Maxwell's sentence, convicted sex offender, he acknowledged his constitutional authority to issue pardons, saying, "I'm allowed to do it. But it's something I haven't thought about." Really, Donald Trump? You haven't thought anything about Ghislaine Maxwell? With everything that's going on, you haven't thought nothing about her, man? Bro, man, y'all, hey, listen, man, we can play these games all day, bro. I don't think it don't play, bro. Listen.
You better tell them, Donovan Mitchell. You better keep their head, Donovan Valentine, my bad.
Well, I don't respect this.
Keep your head on the swivel if you support Donald Trump.
I'm going to tell you something. You can't duck and dodge these situations based off who you like. It can't be that.
Hey, man, say, hold up, man. Hold up. See, Deanna, I appreciate you, Deanna, because you trying to let this whoever this pedo, he's probably a pedo. See, he's a pedo. Or he's a pedo. Because you telling him that the evidence is already there. The files are there. Everything is put in your face. What are you saying? And you are sick in the brain to support this or not be against this. So that's how I know Sent 1-1. You're going to have to get better, fam. We're going to pray for you. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe right now. We cooking, fam. Get them, though, fam.
It has to be fairness all the way across the board. Right? I'm going to say this once again. All these people now saying, "Oh, Barack Obama, what about Obama? Obama's going to go to prison." No, he's not. He's not for the same reason Trump's not going to go to prison. They're presidents.
Leon Parks in the building. How you be, fam? You already know. I appreciate you here, man.
When's the last time you seen a president go to prison? And y'all think any of these presidents...
Jeb in the building. What's up, Jeb?
I'm going to ask you the question.
I appreciate you, man. You already know we like and we subscribe and we cooking.
For these people to go out here and push these lame narratives knowing that it's all a lie.
Vikings fan, where you been? Yeah, appreciate you pulling up, my G.
We're going to lock her up. They ain't like a damn thing.
Cooking.
Still running around here with Bill somewhere.
Tell them, Lori. Tell them right now.
When we're going to have real talk and cut this fake talk out. Let's keep going. So Trump says that he hadn't thought about it, but...
My bad, Summer. Let's bring it back for those in the back that didn't hear because ignorance and I'm talking. Let's keep going.
I'm going to say this once again. All these people now saying, "Oh, Barack Obama, what about Obama? Obama's going to go to prison." No, he's not. He's not for the same reason Trump's not going to go to prison. They're presidents. Remember, they hold presidents in immunity type of ways. When's the last time you seen a president go to prison? And y'all think any of these presidents are clean? I'm going to ask you the question. Ain't none of them going to prison. It's just fake talk for these people to go out here and push these lame narratives knowing that it's all a lie. Hillary Clinton didn't go to prison. Remember Donald Trump said that all election in 2016, lock her up. We're going to lock her up. They ain't lock a damn thing up. Hillary Clinton still running around here with Bill somewhere. Come on now. When we're going to have real talk and cut this fake talk out.
Lauren Perkins.
Let's keep going.
That's real. I appreciate you,
So
fam.
Trump says that he hadn't thought about it, but I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I haven't thought about. When pressed further, Trump described the topic as very sensitive, but refrained from ruling out the possibility of a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell, leaving his observers to parse his intentions. Maxwell's case has remained a lightning rod for controversy due to her connections to high-profile figures across politics, business, and entertainment. Her conviction was seen as a significant moment in the pursuit of justice for Epstein's victims. Though Epstein's death in 2019 left many questions unanswered, Trump's comments came at a time when his use of the presidential pardon power is under intense scrutiny, particularly as he navigates his second term. Now, while Trump did not commit to any action, his remarks contrast with reports from a senior White House official who told outlets like the Daily Beast and the New York Post that no discussions about Maxwell pardoning her have occurred and none are planned. The discrepancy highlights the unpredictability of Trump's decision-making process, as he previously used his pardon authority to grant clemency to controversial figures, including political allies and individuals convicted of high-profile crimes. Trump's history with Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein adds another layer of intrigue, right? He was photographed with Maxwell at social events in the 90s and early 2000s, and he once described Epstein as a terrific guy in 2002 interview, though he later distanced himself from the disgraced financier. When Maxwell was arrested in 2020, Trump publicly wished her well, a comment that drew criticism given the gravity of the charges against her. Legal experts note that a pardon for Maxwell would be highly controversial, potentially reigniting debates about accountability for Epstein's network and the treatment of his victims. A pardon would send a signal that powerful individuals can evade full accountability, said legal analyst Sarah Klein.
Oh, that's different. Yes, different.
It would also undermine the efforts of survivors.
Oh, we ain't gonna act like we don't know what's going on up in here. Let's get right. Let's get right. Ryan Anthony says, black jug smoking weed. I see that. Donovan Valentine says, I'm waiting for Beyond Watcher program explanation about pardon G. Maxwell. That's crazy work right there, fam. Jeb said she's going to walk and she will tell Congress there's nothing here there. I agree with you, family. They're going to pardon her and she's going to tell them nothing was never going on. Let's keep it going right now. Les Smoke just retracted the message. The grip dies hard. Her says, we had a civil war in the early 1800s. It lasted 4 years. 400,000 people died. So this kind of crap wouldn't happen. And guess what? It's still happening. That's real, family. I appreciate that because that's the thing that we understand, that history will repeat itself. Let me say that again for the people in the back. If it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, we know it's a duck. We see what they own. We believe it. We don't need all the headlines and all the articles and all the day-to-day routines of knowing that these people are guilty and proven as such. Let's keep it going, family. Donovan Valentine says, pardoning. We got Mona Thompson in the building. What's up, Mona? I appreciate you pulling up, family. You know what it is. It's all love. Says, fam, I'm late, but I'm here to show some love. All the way from Memphis. I appreciate you, family, tapping in. Get comfortable. It done got real. Let me bring you up to par. The Maxwell girl is asking for pardons. The attorney general that Trump and them sent to her the other day to talk, they done gave her a whole rundown of what's going to happen. And now she asked for pardons. And Trump told the media that he don't mind doing the pardons. He ain't thought of it, but he can do it. That's what's going on, Mona Thompson. You already know. Let's keep it going, family. Let's go.
Fought for justice in this case, right? Now, I want to play something for you guys, right? And first of all, Ghislaine Maxwell, who y'all see on y'all screen right there, she was convicted on December the 29th, 2021. On not one, not two, not three.
That's real, fam. Four, I'm with you. Let's go.
5 federal charges related to her role in facilitating Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking operation. Now, not 4, but 2021. Who y'all see on y'all screen right there, right? Now, Sarah Klein, a former prosecutor. It would also undermine the efforts of survivors who fought for justice in this case. Right? Now, I want to play something for you guys, right? First of all.
Okay, now listen. Fam about to play something for you. I know we're going back and forth because we're not playing with nobody in here. When you come into our house with Deala T and no filters with my fam, they gonna directly deal with you directly while I'm talking. Yeah, that's a real thing. Fam gonna directly deal with you while I'm talking. So understand what you're doing when you're talking to fam in here. You understand? But right now, I need all my fam to tune in because you about to listen to some deep, deep stuff that is sick. So when you asking about evidence, sit 2-1. When you asking about this beyond program watching, listen up. Get your eyes on, get your ears on, get your thinking cap on. Get your food, get your drink, get your smoke. Get comfortable.
Ghislaine Maxwell, who y'all see Sarah Klein, a former prosecutor. It would also undermine the efforts of survivors who fought for justice in this case, right? Now, I want to play something for you guys, right? And first of all, Ghislaine Maxwell, who y'all see on y'all screen right now.
What's up, Brooklyn?
She was convicted on December the 29th, 2021 on not...
She was convicted December 29, 2021. What's today? 2025. That stuff was going on back in the day when Trump wasn't even thought of as a president. Decades ago. Let's go. Marshmallow in the building. What's up, family? We up in here.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 federal charges related to her role in facilitating Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking operation. Now, the thing she was charged with, right?
Then you see in the building.
Say, you know what, man? Listen, unless she comes out publicly and gives up everybody that's involved and tells the 100% truth in front of Congress with full transparency in front of the world, right? I may chop some of those years down for her helping to prosecute these other animals that's running free out here. But that woman was convicted of sex trafficking of an MINOR, conspiracy to transport MINORs to travel to engage in illegal sex acts, conspiracy to transport MINORs with the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, transportation of an MINOR with the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, conspiracy to commit sex trafficking of MINORs. She was sentenced to 20 years in prison in June 2022 for procuring and grooming underage.
This is Pod 5.
What? Is you stupid?
Fully immersive sleep system. Intelligent.
Girls.
Did you hear how many charges there was for a MINORS? No, I'm going to give you a minute because I see some ignorant mother in here talking and got all his mouth. No, it's a lot. No, don't do that. I heard a lot of you all talking. Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up, man. No. Shut up. No, shut up. Yeah, you. Was you talking too much? You don't even believe in this and don't care. And then in the same sense, this woman, this sex trafficker pedophile was charged for like 5 different charges that had to do with MINORS. You ain't just hear that? Tell her, Mona. I'll wait. You sitting here acting like you ain't hear what you just heard. And you hear me? You sitting there acting like you ain't heard what you just heard. Leslie Williams in the building says, what kind of president would pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, who was a sex trafficker? The same president that's a sex trafficker as well. Because if you was, think about it, fam, You ever been charged? You ever been just accused of something that was just unethical? You ever just, thank you, because if you've not been accused of something unethical, more shout out to you. But it's the fact that to hear something like this, why would you not be running to the news people? Running to let these people know that you're an innocent man. But yet this man wants to ignore it. He wants to write it off like it's nothing. So that further let me know that Donald Trump has been dealing with pedophiles, and Donald Trump has engaged in pedophilia. Pedophilia. And that is your president. And that's my president too. Because I live in the United States of America. And he's in the Oval Office. And this is the most embarrassing election that I can think to date. Bill Clinton. No, don't do that. Because Bill Clinton was really Monica Lewinsky. She was of age. But this right here, other countries are looking at this man like, or they looking at the United States like, oh, America's so great. USA, all you can be. Make it a great again. Everything is everything. The military big. You can't mess with us. We can do whatever we want to whoever. Whatever. Come live over here. Everything's great. And your president is in cahoots in conversations of pedophiles and sex trafficking younger girls. You better shut your mouth when you telling people where you from and what country you live in. Because you would probably rather say you from somewhere else, because when people look at you, they like, oh, your leader been dealing with little girls. Or your leader been dealing with men. Or your leader was dealing with men that was in the same room with girls. You don't think that's the conversation? You might not want to say you from United States. Somebody say where you from, just say I'm here. Marshmallow said, don't say Europe either. Hear me when I say what I just said. You know how embarrassing. See, you can stand on business when you from where you from. You believe in what you believe in. You stand on business. We talking about you know why this stuff don't really matter to a lot of you all? Because of what we all got going in our lives every day. We got so much going on every day that we be like, oh man, you know, Trump and them just in the White House. They just living. Everybody just, they got millions. They rich. They whatever. So you don't really care about it. It's more embarrassing to hear about it and more humiliating about it. But you really don't care because it's not really affecting you directly. Like you, your house, your driveway, your front yard, your backyard, your street. This don't affect your street. That's why you don't really care. That's a real thing. But I think the biggest thing about this is that when we gone, and you know how old you are. How old are you? How old are you? You know how old you are. When we gone, we have corrupt leaders in this world that will corrupt and lead our children. And you won't be nowhere to help. Let me say that again for the people in the back that ain't hearing what I'm saying. There's a day where you won't be here and your kids gonna have to be here to deal with these pedophiles. Tell them, Lori, we got to teach. That's what Lori said. Lori said we got to teach. Pickle said the corrupt leaders is corrupting their children. Brooklyn says facts. JC says true. The realness I want you to understand too. Shout out to you, fam, for saying those corrupt leaders got children. Let me say something real quick. Those corrupt leaders have children, nieces, cousins, all of that. Girls in their family too. The funny part is that Trump family members and a lot of those family members, they know what's going on already. Oh, shit. I just said something. I just said something that'll make your head hurt. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. We've been in here for, boy, what y'all doing? Hit that like button, subscribe right now. You in here and we cooking. Trump family members heard about this. They already know about this because they've been around that man. We're not going to sit in here and act like we don't know that because all those folk are human. But it's sad because the fact that they even allowing it or have nothing to say about it because they have no power in it. Point I'm making is we are the people and we have a voice. And that voice can get pretty damn loud. To the point to where his own family and them young girls in his family gonna start looking at him like, this what you was doing, Grandpa? This what you was doing, Uncle? This what you was doing then? Say it ain't so. And what he gonna say? Oh, it's so. Because there's so much evidence. Let me tell you something, man. I'm telling you, man. See, we don't need to know that here at Deala T and No Filters. We don't need everybody to say something. We can hear things one time and figure it out. And the fact that we keep hearing all of this level of evidence and the protection plate that they're giving this Maxwell pedo, I know it's true. Everything is true. Sit 2-1 is true. The evidence is there. Go take your ass home and go to sleep somewhere, stupid. And hit that like button and subscribe and hit that super chat. We in here cooking. Talking about you don't see no evidence.
Between 94
dumbass.
and 2004. A fixed charge of perjury was dismissed
Tell him, Lord.
as a part of legal proceedings, right? Where she was charged for perjury, right? So I want y'all to understand the importance of Donald J. Trump's statements, right? 22.
If you have any type of knee pain, then check
hot water heater.
I'm suffering for over 2 years from horrible...
For procuring and grooming underage girls for Jeffrey Epstein between 94 and 2004. A fixed charge of perjury was dismissed as a part of legal proceedings, right? Where she was charged for perjury, right? So I want y'all to understand the importance of Donald J. Trump's statements, right? So whether you like him or not, and I go back and forth on that, but there was a segment about this last night. Y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in. I know y'all don't like to listen to this type of stuff, but we're gonna get to it. Mr. O'Donnell reported on
my bad, fam. I ain't mean to cut it off. I just want y'all to know who in here talking that type of ish that we don't normally deal with. But I think today is Friday, and we're going to deal with the bullshit today because people want to come here and talk. They come in here with these weird names, and then they come in here as they standing on business. But then when you think about the discussion, we're talking about grown men dealing with pedophiles, grown men associated with pedophilia, grown men and women grooming young girls. And Vineyard GHS has the nerve to say, you're definitely one of the most uneducated people I've seen today. Let me re-say that For my FAM fam in the back that know what's going on here. Vineyard GHS says, you're definitely one of the most uneducated people I've seen today. Leroy Payne says, you damn perverts. Vineyard, me introduce you to my FAM fam. Watch your mouth. Hit that like button and subscribe because we cooking. Get them, fam. We not playing with nobody playing with us. What? Let them know, Marshmallow.
Donald Trump's Attorney General, Todd Blanche.
Let them know, Lord.
Donald Trump's criminal defense attorney, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Right? Which that's the conflict of interest right there. Yo,
let him know, Mona.
Criminal defense attorney meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Because he gonna get
that. Come on, man.
He gonna get that if I get close. That's why he far away.
Let's get to this, bro. Because y'all know I ain't doing much big facts over here. Because it's all about who we like. The homie said it the best. It ain't about the truth. It's all about who we like.
He a duck. He sound like a duck. He quacking
people,
like it.
Man, it's disgusting.
He must be a
Instead
duck.
Of us saying, look, man, bro, all these niggas on cap.
It is coming out. One page at a time. That is the breaking news of the night. 24 hours.
Hold on, we about to tap in. Let me tell you something. Please don't come in here no more talking like that. Because like Mona Thompson said, we going to take it and we going to smack the SH. But the fact that we can smack the bowel movement out you, boy, this ain't regular. This ain't just smacking skin and watching your sweat fall off your face. No. Here with Deala T and no filters. With my family, we smacking the bowel movement out you. Oh yeah, you heard what I said. Call it violence, call it whatever. But come in here talking. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, because we cooking. Because like Mona said, we going to smack all of it about you. Yeah. We trying to smack shit out you and smack sense into you. Woo! We say that again for them in the back. We smacking the SHIT out you. And we want to smack sense into you. JC Westbrook is real. Let's go.
Broke the news on this program last night that a book of birthday letters to Jeffrey Epstein on his 50th birthday is in the possession of the Epstein estate in Florida. Other news organizations have credited our reporting and been following up on it and adding significantly to that reporting tonight. The latest reporting is from the New York Times, and it includes the image of the first page of the birthday book. It is a handwritten letter from Jeffrey Epstein's convicted co-conspirator in sex trafficking, Ghislaine Maxwell, who assembled the book with the help of many of Jeffrey Epstein's rape victims who Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell raped when they were in middle school. And
I'm about to start this over for you, fam. What? You better get your drink. You better get you something to eat. You better get comfortable. Because you heard what he just said. He about to go through the book of Ghislaine Maxwell explaining these young girls that they was raping, sex trafficking, taking advantage of. Get your ears on right now. Oh, I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you a hot second. Because I see people in here going back and forth. Let me tell you something right now. I'm going to give you a minute. Get your eyes on, get your ears on right now. Get your food, get your drink. Get your smoke. Get comfortable right now. Get your shoes off. If you're comfortable, change your position. If you're already in position, be comfortable more. I don't want to hear nothing about you ain't heard what just happened here. Corey Wright in the building, my dog. I appreciate your family. You know, we like and subscribing. I appreciate you coming, my dog. I need you to know I'm about to let you hear something God's image. I appreciate your family. I'm finna let y'all hear this right now. You about to hear Ghislaine Maxwell in the letters that she wrote to Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Let's go.
High school. We learned of Jeffrey Epstein handwritten and adding signatures to Jeffrey Epstein on News of the Night.
Disgusting, bro. Because it's all about who disgusting, bro. Instead of us saying, look, man, bro, all these niggas on cap.
Andre, what's up with you? Shatina Petty, you know it. Let's go.
Coming out. One page at a time. That is the breaking news of the night. 24 hours after we broke the news on this program last night that a book of birthday letters to Jeffrey Epstein on his 50th birthday is in the possession of the Epstein estate in Florida. Other news organizations have credited our reporting and been following up on it and adding significantly to that reporting tonight. The latest reporting is from the New York Times, and it includes the image of the first page of the birthday book. It is a handwritten letter from Jeffrey Epstein's convicted co-conspirator in sex trafficking, Ghislaine Maxwell, who assembled the book with the help of many of Jeffrey Epstein's rape victims who Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell raped when they were in middle school and high school. We learned last night on this program from the lawyer representing those victims that they were told by Ghislaine Maxwell to help her actually assemble the birthday book. And here is Ghislaine Maxwell's birthday note, the very first.
Ooh, I'm finna bring that back because I feel like a lot of y'all ain't listening. They want you to know that Ghislaine Maxwell is a real pedophile and a real sex trafficker. She is a real groomer. You understand grooming? That's the same stuff they was talking about Diddy. Or that same stuff they was talking about any other major person grooming someone. Tyler Perry and them. They was talking about that. Tyler Perry, vice president and president of operations. Grooming a man. Grooming. When you groom, that means you're training. It's like you training a damn dog. Or grooming a dog to do what you want them to do when you say do it. You understand me? That's what grooming is. You better shut the up right now and listen to what I'm saying. Hit that like button right now, family. Subscribe. We cooking. We cooking. Listen.
Of the birthday book. Well, to Maxwell rape trafficking, Ghislaine includes the image of the first page of the birthday book. It is a handwritten letter from Jeffrey Epstein's convicted co-conspirator in sex trafficking, Ghislaine Maxwell, who assembled the book with the help of many of Jeffrey Epstein's rape victims who Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell raped when they were in middle school and high school. We learned last night on this program from the lawyer representing those victims that they were told by Ghislaine Maxwell to help her actually assemble the birthday book. And here is Ghislaine Maxwell's birthday note. The very first page of the birthday book was the birthday note from Ghislaine Maxwell.
This is SanDisk's newly launched
Ooh, that's heavy work,
drive
fam.
for this year, featuring SanDisk chips. It offers 6 terabytes of storage space and a
to Jeffrey Epstein. Here it is. It says, Jeffrey, the idea behind this book was simply to gather stories and old photographs to jog your memory about places and people and different events. Some of the letters will definitely achieve their intended goal. Some, well, you will have to read them to see for yourself. I know you will enjoy looking through the book, and I hope you will.
Hold on. Let's get right. Let's get real in here. What's the deal going on? Beyond Watcher says Deala T. See above, people are saying to boot me. Can I be a mod? My dog Donovan Valentine says, You're gonna lose listeners if you don't boot that guy, because I'm about to go and unsubscribe. My dog Marshmallow said we can't protect these people. That's real. Beyond Watcher says, Donovan Valentine, good go. You obviously care more about politics than law. Donovan says, unchecked, marked, and unsubscribed. Respectfully, if that's your situation, that's real. That ain't the case. Let's make sure we understand Donovan Mitchell is respect all the parties. Beyond Watcher program. Let's make sure we understand what's going on. If you not here and you ain't fam, and you ain't even for the greater good, get up out of here. Because if you don't, I'm going to shut you down. We ain't here to be of love, to be of respect, to be aware, to be informed of what's going on for family and our friends. We're not doing none of that unsubscribing, no like, none of that. It's all love. If we're not seeing eye to eye, that's fam. But don't ever come in here and tell me what you gonna do if I don't do something to somebody. Let me explain that and say that again to the people in the back. Don't ever come in my house with my family. I'm a man. I'm the head of the house. Don't ever tell me what to do. Or you gonna tell me what you gonna do. Did this motherfucker just tell me if you don't do this, I'ma unsubscribe? Is that what I just heard? Did somebody just tell me they gonna do something to me because they worried about somebody else? Did you just threaten me because you worried about somebody else in here talking? Marshmallow, you better type that shit again. Watch your mouth when you come in here. Don't ever threaten me again. You're not even in my city. You hear me? You're not close to me. I can't reach out and touch you. Don't ever threaten me again. Because as light as I felt the threat of life or somebody physically want to threaten me, you can sit in here and say something to me right now in my face. And you just threaten me to tell me what you gonna do or what you ain't gonna do. Are you gonna unsubscribe? You gonna unsubscribe with Deala T and no filters? Where you get the information that keeps you and your family up to date on what's going on in this world so you can make sure you straight. You know how many of you all that don't care about nothing for real, but the fact that you here with Deala T and no filters and my family, FAM, you are informed and aware of what's going on tomorrow that can affect you and your family and that can hurt you. And you could die in the morning and your daughters and your son and your wife and your girl and your side and your whatever is still here. And what you gonna do? Yeah, I said it. Because some of y'all got so many different situations going on that you care more about what's real. So please don't come in here talking to me stupid and threatening me about you gonna leave life. You gonna stop listening. You gonna stop being involved. You gonna stop opening up your ears. You gonna stop wanting to know who you hurting. Who you affecting. You don't affect me. You don't hurt me. You hurting yourself and your family from knowing what's going on tomorrow. Shout out to Marshmallow, just said what I said. You're going to hurt yourself and your family because you don't know what's going on tomorrow. Because we're here with Deala T and no filters. We are here to inform, to be aware, and to understand. Let me say that again. We are here to inform, to be aware, and to understand. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back that don't care about life, but y'all still here. If you don't care about life, or don't care about living, or don't care about people's well-being, or don't care about nothing corrupt in the world, just kill yourself, fam. Go on about your business. Kill yourself. Go on about your business. Make it lighter for everybody not to stress out about your ugly ass. Yeah, because you ugly as fuck. Don't nobody care, fam. Nothing matters. Just get out the way. You in the way. Let me say that again for the dummies in the back. You in the way. If you ain't making sense and ain't making a difference, change, help, being aware, informed, and understanding, you are in the way. You better write that down tonight. That's the message. You better get it and understand. Mona Thompson get it. She know it. It's fam. It's facts. It's real. Hit that like button. Subscribe. We cooking tonight. You in the way. If you're not in position, if you're not called, if you don't understand, if you don't care, if you have nothing to lose or win or live for, you are in the way. Titus Hunting. Shout out to you, Titus. I appreciate you. See how my fam bring me back? My G in the building. I appreciate you. Let's go.
Derive as much pleasure looking through it as I did, putting it together for you. Happy, happy birthday, love, Ghislaine. Both the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal are reporting tonight that Donald Trump's name
Falcon, what's up, fam?
on the list of contributors to the birthday. Happy, happy birthday, love, Ghislaine. Both the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal are reporting tonight that Donald Trump's name appears on the list of contributors to the birthday book. The Journal reports that contributors to the birthday book, quote, were grouped under categories such as science, Brooklyn, and family. The Journal says that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton were listed on the Friends group, which also included
King
Jeffrey
in the
Epstein's
building,
criminal
my
defense
G, how
lawyer,
you
Alan
be? Let's
Dershowitz.
go. We
The New York
cooking,
Times
my
is also
fam.
reporting
What's
tonight
up?
on another handwritten
Lori, let him know.
to Jeffrey Epstein by Donald Trump. Says, to Jeff,
Marshmallow.
you are the greatest. Read
Know
the
it, fam.
description and a copy of Mr. Trump's book, Trump, The Art of the Comeback, that belonged to Mr. Epstein. And there it is. You see it signed Donald. It's dated October 1997, the month the book came out. That signature.
Hey, yo, Hall, Trump for beer for
will
everybody.
No doubt be compared by handwriting experts to the Donald signature, that one-word signature
Glory in
that
the
reportedly
building.
appears in the description
Always.
of the letter bearing Donald Trump's name in the Epstein birthday book, as was first reported by the Wall Street Journal. Unlike the Wall Street Journal's report on the Trump letter, the Bill Clinton letter contains no sexual innuendo. The Journal describes the Clinton page this way: a single paragraph in Clinton's distinctive scrawl saying, "It's reassuring, isn't it, to have lasted as long across all the years of learning and knowing, adventures and illegible word, and also to have your childlike curiosity, the drive to make a difference, and the solace of friends."
Now, let's get to that. Now, this tees up what he's about to talk about, which is, ladies and gentlemen,
this must be the most popular iSmart watch on the
Wow,
market
that's
right
crazy
now.
work, fam.
With it, there's no
Donald Trump's criminal attorney, who is now working in his administration. His own criminal attorney is working in administration, and he's the one who did the interview. Donald Trump's criminal attorney. This is not lies. This is not, defamation. These are facts. His own, not no independent investigator, his own criminal attorney, defense attorney, that goes by the name of Todd Blanche, is the one that interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell yesterday for 5 hours and today. Let's get to it.
Bland stuff. Nothing sexually suggestive in the Clinton birthday message to Jeffrey Epstein, something that could have been written by Clinton staff or Bill Clinton himself. The Wall Street Journal reports a spokesman for Clinton declined to comment on the birthday message, which was reviewed by the Journal. He referred to the Journal to a previous statement that the former president had cut off ties more than a decade before Epstein was arrested in 2019 and didn't know about Epstein's alleged crimes. That is Bill Clinton essentially validating the reporting that is his letter. Bill Clinton is not threatening to sue the Wall Street Journal about the birthday book. He's not saying that's not my letter. Alan Dershowitz is not threatening to sue the Wall Street Journal about their reporting on the birthday book, which includes a letter from Alan Dershowitz to the child rapist who Alan Dershowitz defended in the first criminal cases against Jeffrey Epstein. The Journal reports the letter from Dershowitz, who represented Epstein in the first criminal case in the 2000s, included a mock-up of a Vanity Unfair magazine cover with mock headlines. It's been a long time, and I don't recall the content of what I may have written Dershowitz said. So that's Alan Dershowitz confirming tonight that he contributed to the birthday book. Alan Dershowitz confirming the existence
Hey, yo, Ho, I appreciate you, fam.
of all the people mentioned in the Wall Street Journal reporting who contributed to the birthday book, including fashion designer Vera Wang. None of them claim that they did not contribute to the birthday book. Donald Trump is the only one making that claim, and it's not working. Tonight, the Wall Street Journal is reporting this. The letter bearing Trump's signature, which had the outline of a naked woman, was one of the more memorable pages, according to the people involved in putting the album together. Last night on this program, Bradley Edwards told us who helped Ghislaine Maxwell put that book together. He said that some of your clients have specific knowledge of that birthday book.
Sure. Oh, yeah, more than one, multiple of them.
And what is that knowledge? They saw it, or they were around him when he was 50 years old? Were they present at his birthday, his 50th birthday?
I don't know the answer to that last question. I do know that they were involved in the assembly of the book, several of them. They were told by Ghislaine to assist in putting the book together. Others have seen the book post birthday and after it was assembled.
Some of Jeffrey Epstein's victims were actually used by Ghislaine Maxwell to assemble that birthday book, to actually put those letters together in that book.
Yeah, you have to remember that Jeffrey Epstein was abusing and exploiting young women and children every day of his life. So anybody that's around for any major event, such as the assembly of his 50th birthday book, they're going to have to be involved in assembling or playing their part, whatever they were directed to do, with respect to that book.
Wall Street Journal reported at 7:08 p.m. tonight, Brad Edwards, a lawyer who has represented more than 200 of Epstein's victims, said on MSNBC Wednesday evening that he has multiple clients who remember the birthday book. The existence of the book is an absolute fact. Edwards said several digital copies of the album have been created. Pages have been reviewed by Justice Department officials who investigated Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell years ago, according to people familiar with the matter.
Years ago.
Part of Epstein's estate. Several copies means that the likelihood of the birthday book becoming public is increasing exponentially. MSNBC's legal correspondent Lisa Rubin, a frequent and valuable guest on this program, asked Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer tonight, does Maxwell herself...
Oh yeah, Deanna, I'm with you, fam. You know what we doing.
Declined to comment.
You gonna make it home?
But today, Ghislaine Maxwell's criminal defense lawyer spent most of his day...
Gotta be careful, be safe.
...with Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyer. Todd Blanche's last job before becoming the number 2 at the Justice Department as the Deputy Attorney General was serving as Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyer in his the criminal cases that Donald Trump was facing last year. Todd Blanche lost the one case that went to trial And he's still delighted in his failing final argument to the jury, in which he called the prosecution witness, Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former lawyer, the greatest liar of all time. Here is criminal defense lawyer Todd Blanche, after losing that trial last year.
That's real. Be careful. We waiting on you, Deanna. It's all good. Be safe. It's all good. Bike, car, whatever we got to do, walk. Be careful.
Having to go to court.
Got to be careful, fam. Let us know you made it.
Now, what he's saying is, and what he broke down was, there's a relationship, friendship between Donald Trump's
Theo Sacco, where you been, fam?
Attorney, who now works in Donald Trump's administration.
We hitting that like button, we subscribing, we cooking.
Attorney. They're friends. Those two guys are friends. Now, what Lawrence did was he played a live stream those two did together.
That's real, Deanna. It was all real.
Maxwell.
That's real for me. That's real.
They're friends. Those two guys are friends. Now, what Lawrence did was he played a live stream those two did together as friends. Those are the two guys that met last night with Ghislaine Maxwell. Not an independent investigator. Donald Trump's people. And I'm going to say this again, right? I'm going to say this again to all of you guys. And here's the situation, right? Oh, you said I'm breaking up? Oh, it's breaking up? Oh, y'all, hold on one second. Hold on one second, y'all. We ain't going nowhere. Hold on one second. Hold on. Y'all already know ain't no cap in my rap. Hold on.
King, you know we've been on the same page. Shit.
Are we good now? Can y'all hear me now? Are we good? Y'all gotta let me know we good. Let me know we good. All right, hold on, y'all.
So we gotta make sure it's right. You gotta understand, we hitting it right now. It's your boy Deala T. And this is No Filters. We hitting that like button, we subscribe, and we cooking. The biggest thing about the situation is that, one, there are no police to police the police. There are no police to police the government. There are no police to police anybody in position.
All right, so look.
That is the realness of it. And because there's no one there to police the police, we have to sit there and police them ourselves. Shit, they policing us. Yeah, they policing us. And if this would have happened to one of us, you, me, this wouldn't go this far. It has just been, they heard about it, it happened, and you're done. So when we talk about policing the police, there's none of that. The people have to police the police. The people have to police the government. They have to police Congress. They have to police the White House. We got to police the president. We got to police those things that we don't see fit. Why? Because how is it that they can police us? That's the message as well. We have to police the police. Because they policing us. Why we can't police them? Clearly, they not doing a great job to police Trump, and he got the highest in office. You would think in your right mind that the highest office in the land would be under surveillance, under everything, tight-knitted. But yet there's no one there to police the police. So yet us as the people, we have to police the police, and the police have to police us, the people, as they have been doing. That is the realness. That is the understanding. That's how we move it. That is what's real. Let's get right. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking. You better understand what's going on here, family.
Anyways, like I said, I think we should be good now. Y'all let me know if we good. I think we good now. All right. So let me let y'all know what's going on. Right. Donald Trump's
King said high IQ operating. That's real.
Defense attorney for his criminal trial.
I appreciate it. Ivan Curry in the building.
In his administration. Now I want y'all to think about what I'm saying to y'all now. He's friends. Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyer is friends with Ghislaine Maxwell's criminal defense lawyer. Both of those guys met with Ghislaine Maxwell yesterday. And now today, Donald Trump says, oh, well, you know, I can pardon her. I have the power to pardon her. Well, what? What? This is after the White House put out the notice that there was no way they were going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell 2 weeks ago.
So Mika French in the building, you know we cooking, we ain't playing. Hit that like button, subscribe, we cooking.
of sex crimes against minors. Are you serious? And now after a black woman what? This is after the White House put out the notice that there was no way they were going to pardon. Oh, well, Ghislaine Maxwell's criminal defense lawyer. Both of those guys met with Ghislaine Maxwell yesterday. And now today, Donald Trump says, oh, well, you know, I can pardon her. I have the power to pardon her. But what? What? This is after the White House put out the notice that there was no way they were going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell 2 weeks ago. Now today, Donald Trump comes out. This woman has been convicted of sex crimes against minors. Are you serious? And now after a private meeting, not a public meeting, a private meeting.
Don't use plastic anchors to fix things on the
Yeah, it's real fake.
They're not
We
very
know what's
secure.
going on. Come
now,
on.
everyone...
Nasty work, man.
No, it's 100% like...
Nasty work, bro. Nasty work. Nasty work, bro. And people are going to go...
Shout out to William Reed. I appreciate you hitting that like button, subscribe. You know it's love, family. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. It's your boy Deala T. And no filters.
This is what happens when you pick sides.
Real.
And not the side of what we call the truth. See what I'm saying?
No, it's 100% like...
Nasty work, bro. Nasty work. Nasty work, bro. And people are going to go for this with line of thinking. And they're going to say, oh, well, what about the Democrat? What about the... Man, who cares about either side?
Hold up. FEM says, y'all don't get it. It was never about Epstein. Don't do that. Don't do that. The name is Deala T, and the name is No Filters. We already know it was never about Epstein. We already know who was it about. We already know what's going on, and we also know where it's going and what's going to happen in the end when they release the files. See, Trump's name being on the files right now and everything that goes with it is being ironed out. So when the actual list come out, Trump ain't going to even matter. His name is not going to matter. Why? Because we doing all this about Trump name now. So when the actual list comes out, I told you they were going to either take his name off the list, but instead of taking his name off the list, he has to please the Republicans. He has to please the administration. He has things and obligations that he has to do. So he don't get to just say, forget this talk or forget this situation. He can't. So that's why he has to deal with this head on. Point I'm making is, family, is when the list come out, Trump name is not going to matter because we having this whole circus about Trump right now. And this shit is going to get old. At some point, nobody's going to care. So once that happens and the list comes out, his name has already been exploited, humiliated, disrespected, talked about for weeks, months. This is the run for Trump's name on the list. So that same energy that you as a Republican has, you as a Democrat has, fake shit. That same energy you got, have it when the list come out. Because trust me, the world will not have it when the list come out for Trump. Why? Because Trump is the poster boy for the Epstein list. Just as well as Diddy was the poster boy for those that want to sex traffic, rape, touch, domestic, anything that got to do with any of that. He was the poster boy to expose it. So let's make sure we understand what's really going on here. If it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, we know it's a duck. And if you a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, you a zillionaire, kajillionaire, you can do what you want. But the people have a voice to shut you down. You understand that? Bradley Pack. just came in here and said, man, I'll kick your ass. Let me repeat that for the people in the back that ain't hearing what's going on, for my G's and my gangsters in the back rolling up. Bradley Peel just came in this house, in my house, with my family and just said, man, I'll kick your ass. Think about this right quick, fam. Somebody walk in your house and just tell you they gonna kick your ass. Get them, fam. Because we ain't playing in here. You walking in that house talking like that, boy, you get your...
See, me personally, I'm tired of all of them. But I know y'all don't want to say that. This is what happens when you pick sides and not the side of what we call the truth. See what I'm saying?
Last thing about the gloat.
Tell them, William.
So you called him the MVP
William
of liars.
Reed.
I love the gloat line, of course.
You loved it because you gave it to me, David.
Bradley packing the building.
It was genius. In all seriousness, to you, I know a lot of people that have worked with you. I know a lot of people who know you very well. I now consider you a friend and someone who I know pretty well. You are by far
Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyer told Ghislaine Maxwell's defense attorney, I consider you a friend. These are the two people who met with Ghislaine Maxwell yesterday. And it's what we supposed to have full transparency and believe.
Vernon Yancey, how are you been? What's going on with you?
Bro, this is insane type of foolishness going on right now.
Crazy work.
Insane level.
It's crazy work.
Have y'all ever seen anything like this before in your life? Ever seen this level? I'm asking you. If this out here in plain day. Plain day.
You know it, Vernon.
And Donald Trump,
get comfortable.
Former criminal defense attorney, is now working in his administration. And he conducted an interview yesterday and today with Ghislaine Maxwell and her lawyer, who he considered his friend. Are you serious? Now, today, Donald Trump comes out and has left the door open to a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell. He could have came out today and just said, nah, man, I ain't pardoning her, man. She's been convicted of sex crimes against minors. We stand against that. I'm not finna pardon her. He didn't do that. You got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself, why didn't he do that? You got to see, this is where morals and ethics come in. This is where it's not about who you like come in on either side. On either side, right? Either side. This is where.
Yes, he's using a Deala pillow. How can
That's
you
crazy work, fam. If we don't know that, that's how they moving. We got to make sure we know.
We look forward to laying their heads on.
You put your trust in God and not man. And these are all facts. Let's get to it.
That's real Theo Sacco heinous type ish.
Those two friends met today in what is the first time in Justice Department history that a deputy attorney general seized a case away from the prosecutor handling the case after firing that prosecutor last week, Maureen Comey, and then taking it upon himself to go have a meeting with a convicted sex trafficker.
Now, remember that. This is the same guy, Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyer, who they all had a hand in firing Maureen Comey last week, the woman who was overseeing the investigation into Ghislaine Maxwell. She got fired just last week. Everybody talking about Diddy, it had nothing to do with Diddy. So now he's conducting the investigation. Use your thinking caps.
Who was also charged with perjury. There is absolutely no legitimate basis for such a meeting with the Deputy Attorney General, former criminal defense lawyer for Donald Trump, who gave every appearance
Hold up, King.
of
Hold up, King.
functioning as...
Hold up, King. I fuck with you, homie, but what you saying about who gossiping? What you talking about? What kind of man gossip? What you talking about? So the LGBTQ community is under fire. Who you talking about, fam? Aunt Banks says, God bless the victims. That's real. Because those victims have no voice. And none of them came together to put it out there of what was going on. Let's be real. Let's be right. Let's get right. Let's get right. We need to know what's up and what's going on. Theo Sacco said, this administration has been changed with actively ushering end the B system. It started with George Bush Sr. with his NWO New World Order speech and the 1000 of all light. I appreciate that, family, for bringing light to all our fam. Theo Sacco, that's real. King says the Epstein people. Fireman Donald said, I just farted. Oh, my God. King says, I'm talking about current situation. That's real, fam. Let's be right. I want to make sure we're on the same page in everything we doing. Beyond Watcher says, maybe I'm not seeing all the messages that people post. I don't know. Eugene Pruitt in the building, my G, my dog. I appreciate you. Says, did I walk into something that was about to heat up? Sounds like summer. Trust me, fam, it ain't spring. Let's get right. Let's get right. Hit that like button. Subscribe right now. We cooking.
Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyer. Could Todd Blanche have any other purpose in talking to Ghislaine Maxwell than trying to get her to say something positive about his client, Donald Trump? Todd Blanche tweeted today, I met with Ghislaine Maxwell, and I will continue my interview of her tomorrow. The Department of Justice will share additional information about what we learned at the appropriate time. Ghislaine Maxwell, as a lawyer, said this after the strangest meeting a criminal defense lawyer has ever had with a Deputy Attorney General of the United States. Good to see you all. How's it going? Great.
Who you talking about, King? That man said if your best friend gossip instead of cooking for your family, what kind of man is that?
You all.
Who are you talking about?
Productive day today with the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and Ghislaine Maxwell. First, we want to thank
Elijah C. Where you at, fam?
For being so professional with all of us and for meeting with us. He took a full day.
King, who you talking about, fam?
A lot of questions.
What you mean, never mind? Who you talking about?
Answered every single question. She never stopped. She never invoked a privilege. She never declined to answer. She answered all the questions truthfully, honestly, and to the best of her ability. And that's all the comment we're going to have today about.
Now, listen to what he said. He said that she answered every question truthfully, honestly, and she didn't even need to plead the fifth on nothing. This is the same woman who was accused of perjuring herself and lying. Now, we're going to get to it right now. I want y'all to listen to this now. Listen very closely. Listen to what he said. I want y'all to listen to this again.
And so tonight, the victims of Jeffrey Epstein, who were in middle school and high school when Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell raped them together, have more to fear tonight from Ghislaine Maxwell thanks to Donald Trump. Donald Trump's former criminal defense lawyer offered Ghislaine Maxwell.
So you were saying, King, when you said about, if he said, I'm just saying if your best friend always gossips instead of cooking for your family, what kind of man is that? Who you was talking about when you said if your best friend, you talking about like the best friend of Trump? Or you talking about like Maxwell best friends of Epstein? Because you said instead of cooking for your family, they gossiping. You said, what kind of man is that? So I'm just saying, like, you got to be talking about like Jeffrey or Trump. Or who you talking about, fam? Let's keep it going, my G.
Exactly what to answer his questions today. Ghislaine Maxwell, who never testified in her own defense in her criminal trial, knowing she was facing a possible 20 years in prison, suddenly decided today that she would talk to a criminal prosecutor for the first time in her life. She could have done that when she and Jeffrey Epstein were both charged for those crimes, but she...
Right, William, I'm just trying to see where fam coming
She
from.
was hiding out in New Hampshire when she was tracked down by federal agents and apprehended. And even though she was facing a federal criminal trial in which she knew there wasn't one word of testimony that she could give to that jury under oath that wouldn't make the case against her even worse. That's what she knew. That's
Right.
why criminal defendants like Ghislaine Maxwell don't testify.
Right.
Ghislaine Maxwell thought for a second that she could have helped herself with the jury, with even one juror, by testifying. She would have testified, but she knew, and her criminal defense attorney knew, that the testimony against Ghislaine Maxwell by her victims, who she personally raped, along with Jeffrey Epstein, she didn't just lure them into being raped by Jeffrey Epstein. She joined Jeffrey Epstein in the room and joined personally in raping those girls. She knew that that testimony against her in court was something she could not possibly overcome. So she didn't say a word. She decided there's nothing that she could say under oath to counter that testimony. But
and you know what else is crazy in my mind? What I'm thinking, family, is like, was she Epstein's girlfriend, or was she Epstein's wife, or was she Epstein's slave, or what was she to really Epstein? Being a personal assistant is something, but the difference in saying that you would go all the way as a personal assistant to groom young girls, for that, I think the money is what kept her in position. Even her knowing how bad or who she was dealing with that was really sick in the brain, I felt like the money kept her in position. And we all know her with Deala T and No Filters, that the love of money is the root of evil. It's never been money that's the root of evil at all. The love of the money that Maxwell had for Epstein, she allowed that sick shit to happen and thought that that level of power and money would never be exposed, would never be put out there, would never be put in position for people to know what's going on. You understand me, fam? Shane F says she didn't need the money, bruh. I'm going to tell you something, Shane F. I feel like the money will always matter. Even if she was the daughter of a billionaire, that's fine. But you got to understand your access. You, Shane F., could be the daughter of a billionaire. But if you ain't got access to the money, what we talking about? Get right, family. Let's make sure we understand what we discussing. King, I rock with you, my G. It ain't no pressure. It ain't no none of that. I get it. You said something general. If a man don't do this, he gossip. You know, cook for his family. You know, it's just a different timing on how you said that right now, because I'm talking and I'm giving you understanding of what's going on. So we don't want to make sure that what I'm saying is gossip instead of cooking for my family, to make sure we understand. But I want you to understand, Shane, even though she was rich, that don't mean that she enjoys the fruit of her labor. She could have been rich, but she never touched a dollar. That's the realness of the situation, fam. So that's not say it wasn't about the money, because the money will definitely move. It's all good, King. You know I rock with you, fam. We rocking. We doing this. It's all good, family. But I want fam and them to know that even though that you got the money, don't mean that you in position to have the power. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Just because you got the money don't mean. Tell them, Verna. Verna says she wanted the life, the style, the life we style. Respect. That's real. Because you got to understand. At the end of the day, just because you got the money don't mean you got the style. You know how many people rich but still a nerd? Rich but still lame? Rich but still a leech? You can be rich but still be a leech. Meaning that you leeching niggas swag, leeching people life, leeching people living, leeching how they do things. You just leeching. Just milking a person for their swag and their style. Because why you have none or none of the above? So we got to make sure we understand why she got involved and why she stayed. Because if you thinking the money didn't put her in position or the money had something to do with it, it did. Probably a small percentage because she was around big money, big money. But how much money did she have? See, fam came in here earlier talking about Ghislaine Maxwell wasn't worried about the money because her family. But how much money did she have in her account? Your daddy, mama, aunt, everybody can have big money. But how much you got in your account? When we talking about Maxwell wasn't worried about no money, don't do that. Yeah, she's worried about some money. That's why she was still dealing with Jeffrey Epstein. And she might have been sick in the mind and turned on as well. But the fact she started and knew what it was, she stayed. And knew that the money was going to keep her. Because we don't know what she was getting paid to be trafficking little girls, to be talking to little girls on all of that. That's the realness, family. That's the seriousness of it, because we don't know. That's real, Lord. You better tell them. That's real, William. You better tell them. You can have the money and be born in the family, but you ain't got shit in your account. And you running around, walking around, talking that talk, because they know that you the cousins of people that got it in their account. And you don't. So shut up and go sit down somewhere and figure out how to hit up Deala T, here at No Filters, on how to get that bag. It's running your damn mouth. Just be talking. You know what you talking about. You worried about nothing. Let's go.
Today, according to her lawyer, she answered every question. She never stopped. She never invoked privilege or oath to counter that testimony. But today, according to her lawyer, she answered every question. She never stopped. She never invoked privilege. What did Todd Blanche offer her to make her suddenly decide she was safe with Donald Trump's former criminal defense attorney? Why did Ghislaine Maxwell decide today that she could tell Donald Trump's former criminal defense attorney anything, and it couldn't possibly get her in more trouble? Here's what Bradley Edwards, the lawyer for hundreds of Epstein and Maxwell victims, told us last night.
Blood fart. What's up with you, fam? Let's get right, my G.
One thing that has really alarmed our clients, particularly today, is the information that now Ghislaine Maxwell is
Yes, she is compromised
in jail, and that she is somehow being given some credibility and a platform on this particular topic. I think what people are forgetting is that Ghislaine Maxwell wasn't only indicted on sex trafficking charges. Ghislaine Maxwell, because of testimony she gave on multiple occasions in the civil cases where we sued her, she provided testimony, and as a consequence of false testimony, she was indicted on 2 perjury counts on this particular topic. So we're going to go and ask somebody to tell the truth who was indicted on perjury charges.
Appreciate your blood fart is all love, family. Hit that like button, subscribe, we cook.
Yes. Will she be truthful about it? Who knows? But whoever is going to be the questioner, whoever is going to be the interrogator, must know more than just a rudimentary understanding of the case. You have to have seen her other deposition transcripts to know what she said so that you can keep her in line. You have to know her testimony from her criminal trial to keep her in line, and you have to understand the case. Sending somebody there that knows nothing, she's going to say whatever she wants to say. And what's her incentive? Is her incentive because she's going to get a deal? I have many clients who say, look, President Trump and Ghislaine Maxwell were good friends back then. Is he going to commute her? Is he going to pardon her? And I have said to them, look, I know that you feel like an afterthought right now. I know that you feel like you don't matter. For him to do that would be, he thought about you and he decided you do not matter.
My G and them in here, that's family, says Sissy James in the building. What's up, family, says her dad was deep in corruption in the UK. And then my family earlier that dropped in spoke to me about the UK. Spoke to me about if the UK opens up investigations on Maxwell, that will expose everything in her life. That will expose everything that's been done, everything that she's did, and everything that's been done and doing now. You understand? And that's just the UK part about it. So I get what fam is saying about the UK being a part. about it. Because something about in the UK, Buckingham Palace, one of them sons had to sell his house property. You understand me? One of his people had to sell the property because of this Maxwell situation. And that's going to come out shortly but surely. Surely it will. That's real. Let's keep going.
Friends back then. Donald Trump and Ghislaine Maxwell were good friends, and it looks like Donald Trump's former criminal defense
Vernon
lawyer,
said, Prince
Ghislaine
Andrew,
Maxwell,
I knew my fan was going to let me know. Shout out to you, Vernon. I appreciate you. Look, thank you so much.
once again.
There you go. And so, Donald Trump's criminal attorney met with.
So when you think about it, Prince Andrew in the UK and the whole situation and them not getting involved, I heard that they didn't get involved because Prince Andrew sold his house to Maxwell and them, Epstein and them, at the time. So they didn't get involved. You understand? She was like, just sell the house to him. Just give him this. And that's it. Right, Sissy James said, and probably introduced her to Epstein. Real life, real respect. That is the deepness of it. The thing I'm trying to say is that nobody here knows that the UK is involved. Nobody here knows that if the UK open up a discussion, it's going to shut Maxwell down. The only people that knows this is people in Trump, in the White House, that knows their connections with her and the UK. This situation is about to unfold even more because now they're bringing the United Kingdom into it. UK keeping secrets, that's real, Sissy James. And on top of that, we are here to expose it. That's why you got to understand. I'm going to leave it right there, family. I want to know what you think in the comments. Do you believe that the UK is about to get exposed? Do you believe that Trump will finally say this is what it is and that he ain't got to worry about it? That's fine. We're going to find out, as we always do, each and every Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. with your boy, Deala T. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. Be safe.